Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Sly 2, Band of Thieves for the Sony PlayStation 2. In the last episode, we had to get a whole bunch of keys to get that voice modulator and that wiretap so we can mess with Nayla's little commandos. Now, we have the Murray mission and the Bentley mission for this part of Episode 5. I'm also doing this in post-commentary because I thought I had my headset plugged in on the desktop. I didn't. So, the commentary here gotta be a little bit better. So anyway, we're starting off as Murray here. We gotta get in the castle, which is a little easier. Well, actually is easily done as said, just as long as you watch out with those searchlights. From there, we just gotta get to that door. Of course, I have a little bit of fun with a few of the enemies as I do this. And then I run to the door.
Murray, use both analog sticks to drive the tank. Press both up to move forward, both down to go in reverse, and in opposite directions to rotate. To fire your turret, tap the R1 button. You'll need to take out 6 tanks to get the job done.
Oh, ow, oh. Here we go. The seat's gotta go back farther than this. Okay, guys, I'm in a tank.
Remember, both sticks up to move forward, both down for reverse, and in opposite directions to rotate. The R1 button fires your turret.
So, left to move left, right to move right. Both up to move forward, both back down to move in reverse. And we can move both sticks either up or down in opposite directions. And the one that is up signifies the one that we move in. If we hold up on the left and down the right, we spin to the left. If we have the left analog stick down and the right analog stick up, we spin to the right. And of course, R1 shoots. Kind of like Battlezone, that old Atari tank warfare game from the early 80s. Except in this case, the analog stick also lets you control not only where you turn and where you're going and how you get there, but also the speed of which you get there. You can barely move both sticks up to go forward at a slow pace. You can also move at a slow pace even when you turn, so that can make some things a little more interesting. And of course, you do want to watch out for the other tanks. If you see the blue lights, be prepared to go on the attack. Watch out for those red projectiles. They will hurt. And of course, you have health on the upper left-hand corner. It's not like Battlezone, where you have one hit and you're dead, and you only have a few lives. So, there you have it. Those are the tank controls. Thankfully, you can get the tanks from a good distance away. And you don't have to worry about moving the turret either. Just have it straight in the center of the screen and you should be able to take care of it.
Giddy up, cupcakes.
And of course you can also run into things like statues and stuff. That's also pretty cool too. And now to see if we can get that last one, which I do because again, this is post-commentary. And there's that blue light, so I pretty much prepare for attack, or so I thought. Turns out the tank was not going in that direction.
Nice work, Murray. That should cool down those mercenaries for a while.
And we now have this mission complete. That was the easy part. Now we have to deal with the hard part, which is Bentley's part of this mission. So I go back to the safe house. I keep thinking this tank is going to take me to the stairs. It doesn't, and therefore I do a whole loop around here with this tank until I realize, oh wait, I can just double jump over the barricade and I can just get back to the safe house. You can ride the tanks. You just need to watch where you're positioned on the tank, because you can be slid around a little bit while you're standing on top of them. Mostly due to the movement of the turrets. And I couldn't land double jump, although it was possible, but I still managed to get to the safe house anyway. Now, it is time to play the Bentley part of this mission. Now, this is going to be a lot harder simply because we're not Murray. We have only a very short ranged attack every time we press square, which means we usually have to rely on sleep darts and making sure the enemies fall asleep and don't get anybody's attention. I do check to see if I have the super dash, the adrenaline burst. I do, in case something happens. Thankfully, I didn't have to use it. And from here, I just take pot shots at everybody with the sleep darts. And from there, I just collect coins, try to have fun with whatever's left. Try to shoot this guy down. He sees me, not for long. He doesn't raise the alarm for anybody else. And therefore, I am able to be in my merry way. Now, the entrance to where we're supposed to go with Bentley is on the lower part of the castle grounds, rather than up top around the towers where I keep thinking it is. However, I do utilize the higher areas of the castle grounds in order to get a better bead on where the next place I need to be is anyway. And that nearly killed me. So here I am, running around the towers and the bridges between them, trying to find where to go next, and hey, what do you know? It's right here. I do drop down onto one of the cages that Sly can use to get up to the towers. I realize I still have that health extractor, and I use it to get this big crossbow guy out of the way. From here, we can go to the marker and enter the next section. And this is definitely going to take more time than the Murray section did.
How are you gonna hack the computers down there when they've got no power?
According to General Clawfoot, a mobile energy source is stored at the end of this hallway.
Hallway is a pretty kind term for what looks to me like a complex medieval gauntlet of death.
Yes. Well, while the idea of jumping down a crypt filled with whirling, razor-sharp spikes might scare me, in fact terrorize my every fiber, it's the only way to power up that old computer in the re-education tower. Without that thing online, we'll never get at the Clockwork Eyes or free Carmelita.
You're a good man, Bentley. Just make sure those traps don't rip you into 100 little turtle pieces.
Why'd you have to say that?
Thanks for the support, Sly. Well, we're going to have to avoid all the spikes, both the floor ones and the spinning ones. Land in areas where there are no spikes, and try to take as little damage as possible as we're doing all this. First part is simple enough. You just need to jump onto the areas that don't have spikes on them. Usually the floor is has a darker shade of brown where there are no spikes. Also, the guillotine's got a good one on me. You want to make sure that they're lined up as you jump over the spikes. That way, they don't come close to hitting you. Now for the third set, you need to make your move and start jumping when these two spiked cylinders start rolling towards each other. And now we have a spinning cylinder with two spinning cylinders on each end. And I thought I could land there, but sadly I could not. Though you can use the gears to make it a little easier to leap onto the darker parts. And from here you want to jump from platform to platform on the water without delay so the tentacles don't hit you. Now to get the acid battery.
Aha! This acid battery should do the trick. Just walk close to the electrode and voila! Prepare to be hacked, you knave!
And now it's time for the first of 3 hacking sections for this mission. For this first one, which you'll get as soon as you get the acid battery, you will have to take part in some more twin stick action, as you do in every hacking mission. And you will have to maneuver around all these slow-moving ships as you take out these little balls that make up the barriers once again. This is easily the easiest part of the 3 hacking areas. Once you break the barrier, just destroy this thing, get in the hole.
I'll get you, Contessa.
Oh, how many times must you say that? It's not going to happen.
I'm dead serious. I'll get you.
I'll get you, I'll get you.
I mean it. I'll get you.
Yes, yes, so I've heard.
And we now turn one of the 3 cylinders.
That's 1 down, 2 to go. I'd better not take any damage while carrying this battery to the other terminals. It is, after all, filled with acid. Okay, ready for another session of hacking mastery.
Now you're probably wondering,
Well, Watercress, you only showed us 2 terminals. Where's the third one?
you're gonna see the third one soon enough. You don't see it on the way towards the battery, but you will be able to more easily see it on the way back. Of course, once you know what to do on the way towards the battery, you should know what to do on the way back. It should be a little bit easier. Just don't get hit, otherwise you'll have to restart the current part of the mission that you are on. And at the end of this section, on our way back, there is the terminal that we didn't see the first time. We now have these faster triangular looking ships, in addition to these slow ones that we'll always see in all 3 hacking missions of this little part of the game. These triangular ships do move a little bit faster. Thankfully, much like the slow ones, they don't fire at you. So you can worry more about trying to shoot down the barrier when you need to, keeping enemies at bay when absolutely necessary, and just trying to get through here as best you can. And once we're past the barrier, we can wreck this thing and get in the hole.
Maybe I should approach this through your id instead of your conscious mind. It might help to get around your super ego.
And that turns the second cylinder.
One more computer and I can get out of here.
Also, we need to go this way. Thankfully, I time it better with the guillotines that are here. They are better lined up in that case. And now we are out of here and back to the well, okay, we're not back at the start yet. We still have the simpler spike traps that we need to jump over. And there lies the final terminal. Now the final terminal will give us some of the fastest ships coming out near the barrier. These will be a bit of a pain in the butt to get rid of. And once we get through them, we should be able to deal with the barrier when necessary. Of course, they will keep coming back. They always come back. So we have to keep them to a minimum, along with the rest of the enemies. So therefore, we can tear the barrier down and take care of business on the other side, as we do. I'm usually not the best at moving the right analog stick. I do try my best, though, but it can be a little hard to move my thumb around on the right analog stick and spin that stick around and get things taken care of, but I do manage to pull it off. And after taking care of the fast ships, I go over here. We have the super ship. Want to deal damage to it. That way we can destroy the 3 ships that are acting as turrets here. I take a little more damage than I want to here, but I do manage to make it through and hack that last terminal.
Inspector Fox, why fight it? Don't you want to be my friend?
No, you horrible 8-legged cow! No!
With that old computer powered up, my work here is done.
And with that, we have a cutscene.
It's time to wage war on the castle, and in the confusion, pull off a heist I've named Operation High Road. First, Murray will take down the spotlights on the main gate with the codes provided by General Clawfoot. Then, with the help of the voice modulator, I'll order Neela's forces to attack. Sly will then paraglide the 2 of us over to the Contessa's getaway blimp, and we'll use it to get inside her re-education tower. The assault on the castle will undoubtedly draw the Shadow Guards off their post, and if we free Inspector Fox, she's sure to clear out the Contessa. With the Mind Shuffler exposed, I'll plant the bad mojo bomb, and presto! The Clockwork Eyes are ours. So if the 2 of you are ready, let's take our positions and get this thing started.
And with that, we are now close to the end of Chapter 5. We have finally made it. It has all come to this. And we can finally take the fight to Contessa. We can rescue Carmelita. And we can take care of what we need to do regarding the Claw Gang and the Clockwork parts. Join me next time for the epic, thrilling conclusion to Episode 5. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!